over a tranquil meadow. Dew clings to the blades of grass, and the air feels fresh with promise. In the calm of this early morning, we meet two unlikely companions, a young spider named Spin and a curious caterpillar named Leaf. Spin is sitting in her delicate web, her many threads shining like silk in the soft light. She looks peaceful, but there's an undeniable sense of purpose in her movements as she maintains her intricate creation. Leaf, on the other hand, is just starting his journey. He crawls slowly along a leaf, unsure of what the future holds, feeling small in the vastness of the world around him. Spin, with her web shimmering in the morning light, notices Leaf and calls to him. "You know," she says kindly, "it's not about how fast you go or how much you achieve at once. It's about the small steps you take to build something beautiful." Leaf looks at her web in awe. "But I'm just a small caterpillar. What can I possibly build?" he asks, feeling overwhelmed by his own progress. Spin smiles gently and gestures toward her web. "I didn't make this in one night. It took time, patience, and a lot of effort. Just like your journey. You might not see it now, but the steps you take will build something amazing. Trust the process." Leaf, deep in thought, watches the web glisten in the morning light. For a moment, he starts to understand. But doubt still lingers. Could he really transform, just like Spin says? As the days pass, Leaf struggles with his journey. Crawling along leaves and branches, he feels slow and insignificant. He often looks up at the birds soaring freely above him, wondering if he'll ever be able to do the same. Each movement feels like an effort, and his progress seems small and slow. One afternoon, after a fierce storm, Leaf finds a sheltered spot to rest. He looks up at Spin, who is weaving her web, despite the storm that just passed. The wind still blows, but she doesn't stop. She rebuilds her web piece by piece, as if undeterred by the chaos around her. Leaf, amazed by her resilience, says, "You never give up. How do you keep going after everything you've been through?" Spin pauses for a moment and looks down at Leaf with a knowing smile. "It's not about giving up or giving in. Growth takes time, Leaf. You might not see the results now, but every effort you make is one step closer to where you're meant to be." Leaf feels inspired, though the journey ahead still seems long. But he knows now that persistence is key. Weeks go by, and Leaf feels a strange change happening inside of him. His body begins to shift, and he realizes he must now enter a cocoon. The world outside seems distant, and for a while, he can't move the way he once did. But something deep inside him tells him to trust the process. Spin notices his stillness and says, "Sometimes we have to pause." There are moments in life when retreating is necessary, not as a sign of weakness, but as part of the transformation. Embrace this stillness, Leaf. You are becoming something greater. Leaf takes her words to heart. As he rests inside his cocoon, he realizes that this is not the end. It's simply a part of the journey, a time to grow, to change. Finally, the cocoon begins to crack open. The sunlight filters through, warming the meadow. Slowly, Leaf's new wings unfurl, delicate and colorful. He stretches them out for the first time, feeling the strength that was always inside him, but hidden until now. He looks around at the world, amazed at the beauty of his transformation. Leaf, now a butterfly, flutters up to Spin's web. "I can fly," he says, his voice full of wonder. "I never thought this would be possible." Spin watches with pride as Leaf takes flight. "You did it, Leaf. You trusted the process and grew. Now you can soar." Now, with wings wide open, Leaf feels the weightlessness of the sky. He soars higher and higher, feeling the freedom he never knew he could have. From the sky, he looks down at Spin, still weaving her web with the same quiet determination. He calls down to her, "Thank you, Spin. You taught me that growth doesn't happen overnight, but with patience and persistence, anything is possible." Spin smiles as she watches Leaf fly into the horizon, a symbol of the transformation they both experienced. The journey may be different, but it is equally meaningful. Like the spider and the caterpillar, everyone has a unique path to follow. Success doesn't come quickly or easily. It takes time, effort, and patience. Whether it's building a web or undergoing a transformation, each step forward counts. The journey may be long, but it is always worth the wait. Trust the process and know that the best version of yourself is always waiting just beyond the horizon.